Hello, lovely beings, and welcome to Chair Yoga today. Before we start, I always want to remind you, in case you forgot, you're totally awesome. Your uniqueness, you've never been seen before. Of all the billions of people on the planet, you're the only you. So please know that's pretty spectacular. And let's do some chair yoga. Here we go. I should also start by saying, chair, it's nice to have one that doesn't have too much padding because you really want to be able to feel your hips on the seat. So here we go. Here we sit. Find your way to the chair. We take some moments and we just transition our awareness, or the things we're paying attention to, from outside of ourselves to inside of ourselves. Feel how you're seated. Notice the feedback your body is giving you from the world around you. Your feet on the floor or blocks. You don't have to have blocks, but these ones are kind of awesome. My daughter made them for me. You can place them under your feet if your feet feel like the floor is a long way away. But we want to be able to rest and root for this first part. Hands relaxed, eyes open or closed. And we start to take a few deep breaths and notice how your body feels. What's it revealing to you today? Are there any joints, muscles, or spaces that might need some extra protection? And what do you need? Just a moment to reflect. What are you hoping this practice of yoga today brings to you? Take some moments and feel how you're breathing as is. Just notice things like depth, speed, rhythm. Have you ever noticed if your inhale and exhale are the same amount of time? Connecting our awareness to breath. We always take some moments and notice what's moving in your body as you breathe. We start to connect to that sensation. The belly moves outward as we breathe in. The lungs expand and rise to the collarbones. Everything returns back to center as we exhale. So a few cycles, feeling the movement of your breath. Smooth, deep, soft breaths. We're always breathing. We're very rarely noticing. Some moments to just be with your own body. With that breath flowing and our awareness connected to how our body feels, we're going to come onto our feet and do some warming up of the spine and a few things standing, and then we'll take the seat again. So we come to the feet. I'm going to move my chair. First few movements we make are warming up the spine. It moves in 6 different ways, side to side, front and back, and it twists. So we want a base of support that's a little wider than hips for this. Toes are forward, place a bit of softness in your knees, and before we start to move, we engage, or at least connect our awareness to how it feels to hold a bit of space around the spine. Here's what I mean. There's 3 locks, the yogis call them the bandhas, which means lock. The first is in your pelvic floor. It's called your root lock, Mula Bandha. Your pelvis, it feels as if, I call them the bathroom muscles, front and back. You had a little bit of inward squeeze in that space. So feel with that sensation of a bit of holding in your pelvis. Then the center space, Uddiyana Bandha, that's when we hug the belly in. You might have heard these words like core bracing. It's a gentle, soft holding because your belly needs to move as it breathes. So feel that holding and movement. We find the balance. The third space, Jalandhara Bandha, is your shoulders and that neck space. We take our shoulders to the back, relax your shoulder blades. We feel if you slightly take your chin back, can you find a softness for your neck? And a breath to feel those sensations, pelvis or root, center, and shoulders, soft neck. We start to move as we breathe. And we'll start with doing that folding forward and back with the spine. In yoga words, it's the cat-cow. We're doing it standing. So take your shoulders to the back, slightly rise your chin, and shift your tail so it's pointing more behind you. You can relax your arms to your sides. This is inhale breath. As you exhale, tuck your chin towards chest, tug the belly in, let your ribs melt towards your hips, and then shift your tail so it's pointing forward. Relax your arms. So find your own rhythm of breath. As you inhale, curve your spine to the back, head and tail. As you exhale, soften to the front. Chin relaxes to chest. Few cycles of cat-cow, arching and folding the spine. And one more breath. And exhale. Place your hands on the side of your legs now, and we'll bend side to side. Bring your awareness to your root lock. We want the tail to stay pointing towards the floor and a fairly still hip space. So notice as we bend, sometimes our hip will shift out to the side. As best as you can, try to keep stillness in the pelvis. In breath reminds us, lengthen through the spine, so really stretch your head towards the sky. Exhale shows us bending to the side. One shoulder rises, one softens. Your ribs lift. In breath brings us back through center, and we transition to the opposite side. Staying connected to the sensations of hips, resting in stillness, shoulders behind us. And one more breath and one more side bend. We rise. The last two movements are rotation or twisting. A lot of bend in the knees for this one. When we twist, your hips move your legs. So the legs, the knees need to be able to move. Find your breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, notice your belly button. Start to turn it towards one side and then trace up your spine. It's then chest, shoulders, your chin can turn towards the back space. As you exhale, unwind top to bottom, shoulders, chest, belly, and then start to rotate to the opposite side. So a few cycles of twisting. We can add arms to this, place them just above your hip behind you. As you inhale, draw the rainbow up and over. As you exhale, soften and feel this side. And we'll do that one more time. Breathe, extend the arms up, shift, soften down. This time, take your arms up above you. Keep your chest facing forward and then relax your arms to your sides. We'll shift our feet a little closer together, and we're coming in and out of chair shape next. For chair, your feet can be touching, and that's a little pinchy in the hips for some people, so you can have a bit of space. I usually say a fist-sized space between your feet and some space between your knees. We align the knees and toes, so we bend the knees, track them in line with the feet. Send your tail behind you and relax your arms to the sides. When we inhale, we come to standing all the way. Float your arms up. You can even rise the chest. As we exhale, soften into this chair. Keep the shoulders back, chest up. Grip the mat with your feet. So you're following your own beautiful rhythm of breath to stand and to chair. Always checking knees in line with toes. Same weight of the body on both feet. One more chair, sinking down. One more rise, lengthening to fingertips. Relax your arms to your sides. And now we're going to do some shapes standing. I'm going to shift my chair. The chair is here for support. You can use it for hands. You can place hands on it to help you with balance or stability or just some strength. The first shape we're going to make today is a warrior one. So keep your left foot in front or step your left foot forward. Take your right foot to the back space and align your heels. Sometimes people have even markings on their mat, and you could take a Sharpie, I did to my old one, and just draw some lines right through the center. And that way when you step on it, you can see the front heel is on the line, and so would the back heel, just a tip. The back toes are at an angle, maybe 45 degrees, like a pie shape. Like bend the front knee in line with the toes. Warrior one, we turn our belly button in line with the front knee and foot. So shift your chest. So if your chair is in front of you, it's in line with the chair. Here's where you can add any layer of arms. Hold on to the chair if that helps for support. You can reach your arms above you. You could have them at heart center. You could have them at your hips. But place your arms somewhere. Take a few deep breaths, and we start to feel and experience this shape. Feel the locks engage. Root lock, belly. Can you feel shoulders back and down? Notice how you breathe, belly moves, and one more cycle of breath. Lungs fill, we exhale, relax. Next shape we're making is a bit of a triangle variation. So we're going to keep our feet the same. Maybe you can shift your feet a little closer. Take the bend out of your front knee. So now we're having both of our legs pretty straight. There's always a micro bend in the knee for safety. And now take your belly button and shift it towards the right. So you're going to feel your left shoulder comes in front. Left shoulder, left foot, straight legs, long spine. Instead of a traditional triangle, we would tilt forward. For today, we're going to add a bit of a side bending towards the back of the mat. So take your left hand, reach it up towards the ceiling. Take the right hand, soften it to the back of the right leg, and we'll see if we can slide the right hand down and rise the left ribs towards the arm above. Hold the belly in. Keep the shoulder blades behind you. Feel the openness of the left side body. A couple of breaths. And one more. Press the left hand up. Find your neutral spine, nice, long, and tall. We're transitioning our feet. So we're gonna switch. I'm just gonna move my chair so that I can see you. The right foot's gonna be in front this time, and the left foot's going to be behind. Align your heels, back toes at an angle, bend the front knee, straight in line with the toes. A lot of times what happens, knees will buckle in or out, so we always wanna teach knee joint in line with toes. Shift your belly button towards the chair. Feel the center of your hips. Notice if your tail is pointing towards the mat beneath you. With this chest forward, we add a layer of arms. Hold the chair, reach them up above you, hands even behind you, whatever makes you feel safe, beautiful. Maybe just an expression of openness, a few breaths. Noticing how this shape feels. Paying attention to your body, breath and sensations. One more breath. We'll relax the arms now. Take a bit of the bend from that front knee. If you want to adjust the spacing of your feet so you feel a bit more secure. Still back toes at an angle, but now both of our legs are fairly straight. Shift your belly button towards the left now. So you're going to feel the right shoulder come in front. So the right shoulder, right leg. We'll take the right arm up towards the sky, soften the left to the left leg, and then slide the left arm slightly down. Feel your shoulders, keep them behind you. We take the ribs up with the right fingers. A few deep breaths. Feel your neck, align it with your spine. One more breath. Press the right arm up towards the sky. Relax it down. The next shape we're going to make, we're going back to the left foot, being the leader, let's say, and we're making a lunge shape. So the left foot stays in the front and the right's going to step behind. And for a lunge, there's two things that are a little different. We're on train tracks with the feet, so we're not on a tightrope. Our feet aren't directly in front of each other, and both of our feet point forward for this one. So get the toes aligned forward, the back foot too. So it's heel above toe, or you can place the heel down, you choose. We bend the front knee again, that's the same as the warriors. Knee bends in line with toes. Tail points towards the floor and our chest stays forward. We take a couple of breaths in this lunge shape, adding arms. Notice if you reach your arms up, can you keep the shoulders soft and down away from ears? Breath is smooth. And one more cycle of breath. Relax your arms. We're transitioning this into something called the pyramid shape next. And we're doing just little shifts so you can feel these different shapes. Pyramid shape has our legs still pointing forward, the feet. Our hips are forward, but now our legs are straight. So we take some of the bend out of that front knee. And I usually say, find the center of your hips, like give a wiggle and get some feedback if you're right in the center. We fold forward for this one. So if you put your hands on your hip crease, as you bring your belly button more forward, your tail kind of points towards the back. We want to come right through center. Keep the softness in your knees. This front knee usually wants to tighten. Soft knees. You can rest your hands on the chair. We find a space or a tipping forward that feels safe, and then we lengthen our spine. You can root your hands onto your leg. Just be very gentle around your knee joint. Press your crown forward. Push all your toes into the floor. And some cycles of breath to feel pyramid. Lots of space in the spine, and one more breath. And slowly rise, hug the belly muscles in. We rise. And we're going to shift now to the other side. So I'm moving my chair, and we're keeping the right foot in front of us this time. So the right foot steps forward and the left foot steps back. And we take our feet. One way you can kind of tell or notice that you're on train tracks, if you're standing on a mat, your feet would be closer to their own edges. So the left foot's going to be closer to the left edge of the mat, the right closer to the right edge. We start to bend the front knee again and align our hips forward. So both of your feet, your toes are pointing forward for this. Bend the front knee. Also, you can adjust the spacing of your feet at any time. If you feel, oh, that's a little wide, take the back foot a little more forward, or maybe you have more space today. Sense and feel what your body needs, and we add a layer of arms. Reaching them above you, maybe on your hips. Straighten your spine, lengthen crown to sky. Root your tail towards the floor. And a few breaths in lunge. Shoulder blades behind you. One more breath. we transition this into pyramid shape. So take the bend out of that front knee. You might want to step your feet a little closer together. It's just how you feel, if you feel stable. Keeping our toes forward. Find the center of your hips. You can place your hands on your hip crease, so when you fold forward, you can notice if one of your hips is shifting more outward. But here we go. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in. Fold from the center as you exhale, and then find a space that you can sustain for a few breaths, either holding the chair, rooting your hands onto your thigh, gentle on the knee. Once you've tipped over, lengthen, press your crown forward. And start to breathe with awareness. Smooth, deep breaths. Breath reminds us, lengthen and open, and soften, relax. One more breath. Hug the belly muscles in, and we'll slowly rise, or you can use the support of the chair and push your body back up again. We're going to do one more shape each side, and that's going to be a balancing shape. So for today, we're going to make tree. Root your left foot. For balance, we add a visual, it's called a drishti, a point of focus. So we settle our gaze, find something on the floor in front of you. That's number one. Number two, it's very important we engage the locks, because that stabilizes your center. So root, lock, belly, take the shoulders back. We'll shift more weight onto the left foot, so keep those left toes forward. Bring the right heel away from the floor, and then turn the toes, or I should say your knee, towards the right. So here you can hold the chair for this. Keep the toes down. You can also shift the foot, the sole of your foot, to the inside edge of your leg. Calf, if you have it available to you, you can stick it up more into your inner thigh. Keep your chest forward. Just be very gentle around the knee joint. So once you've placed your foot somewhere, we add a layer of arms. You can hold the chair. You can free up the left arm, place it anywhere. These are the branches. You can see how it feels to try both hands, one, a couple of breaths. We practice balance. One more breath. We'll slowly relax our arms to our sides and place the right foot down on the floor. We shift into the right foot now. Grip the toes, put a bit of softness in that right knee. Hug the locks on, find your drishti. Take the heel off the floor, shift the knee outward towards the left. And then we can add that rising, place it anywhere on the inner edge. And here we are in tree. A few breaths to experience placing the arms, feeling how tall we can make our body, tail through crown. One more cycle of breath. We'll relax our arms to our sides, left foot returns to the floor, and now we're going to use our chair and sit on it. Just what you thought we were going to do for the whole time. But if you have access to being able to stand, it's really nice to keep that strength accessible. So we do something standing, and then we do something seated. When we're seated, we're always paying attention to what part of us is connected to the chair, as far as, are your hips rooted and level? How does that feel? And we'll notice things like how our feet are resting on the floor, how tall we can sit. So the first shape we're going to make today is a forward fold. This is very beautiful for your lower spine. So keep your knees pointing forward. It's knees over ankles. We grow our crown towards the sky, relax the hips in front, and feel that the belly button. Belly button is going to fold forward first. So bring your belly more forward. Then if that shifts, feel the bottom row of ribs come a little more forward. Then the chest, then the shoulders, This is a beautiful shape too. If you want to rest your hands towards the floor, you could soften them down. And it's another shape that using your blocks can be a beautiful help here. The blocks bring the floor up to your hands. If you feel kind of comfortable and interested in rooting your hands, you could use even books. But here we take a couple of breaths. Feel your sits bones, your hips. Are they relaxed onto the chair? Can you use your breath to lengthen your spine and soften your torso towards your thighs? One more cycle of breath. Hug the belly muscles in. You can shift your hands back onto your thighs. Press your body upright, just slowly. Take a breath once you're up here. The next shape we're making, it's called the goddess shape, and it's a hip opening with both hips. So we take some more space between our knees. As much as feels safe to you, I'm going to shift a little forward on the chair because it gives me a bit more access to moving my hips. Lots of space between the knees. Align your knees with your toes. Then bring your awareness to your hips, your sits bones. Can you notice, are they both relaxed? Balance through the pelvis. Feel your feet also. Can you kind of push into the floor with your toes and heel like you're pressing? So the feet are active and there's a bit of action in the leg muscles. From here, we'll add some kind of layer of arms. Grow your spine and you can float your arms anywhere. Traditional goddess arms are out from the sides, elbows bent, palms forward. You can try that. You could place them on your hips. You could rest them at your sides, you choose. We take a few breaths, relaxing the sits bones into the chair, keeping some pressing through the feet and feeling how we breathe. Belly moves with breath. One more breath. Relax your shoulders. And now soften your arms to your sides. Bring the knees slowly back together. Maybe heel toe that. The next shape we're going to do, take your right leg out in front of you, so press it. That lowers the hips slightly, and we're asking the left knee to rise. So there's lots of different ways you can keep this left knee up. You can interlace the fingers on the shin if your body allows. You can take them behind on the thigh. You can have this leg lower or higher, you choose. We're opening the hips front and back from the shape and growing our spine. Press your crown upwards, shoulders stay behind you. Couple of breaths. We're going to add a rotation to this now, a twist through the spine. So it's our left knee that we're holding. Take your right hand and use your right hand to support this knee staying more upward. Shin, thigh, you can even hold on to the toe if you like how that feels. And we'll take the left arm behind us. We find our breath, we press our belly out. Maybe you'll feel it pressing against this front knee. Relax the shoulders. Every in-breath we grow. Every exhale we soften. And one more breath. And we'll shift back through center. So bring your shoulders back first, then chest and belly, and we'll transition to the other side. So press the left leg out and take the right knee up. Shin, thigh. Find your breath. Grow your spine. We take a couple of moments and just relax the hips so they soften and open. And we'll add a rotation to this. So it's our right knee we're holding. Take the left hand for support now, and we'll take the right arm behind us. Press it out, shoulders lead to fingertips, lots of space. Always sitting tall. Deep breaths, belly moves. And one more breath. We'll untwist this, come back through center, and then release the knee so the foot returns to the floor. The next shape we're going to make, we're going to do a bit of a lunge from the chair. I'm going to shift so that my left knee is dangling off the side of the chair, or you could say it's in the center of me. And I'm going to take this right leg and have it hanging off the front of the chair. So to set this up, if you need something under that front foot so it still touches, place something underneath there. It's knee in line with toes again. This right leg now, we want to keep the hip facing forward, so that heel is going to be above the toe. You can keep the knee closer to you, you can press it further away. Once you've rooted that back foot, the front foot is connected, we grow our spine. So hug the locks in. We're going to keep the chest facing forward for this one. Take your shoulders behind you and soften hips into seat. We're still active through the legs. We want the hips to relax. We breathe. One more breath. Now we're going to shift our hips slightly. So that right leg that's extended behind us, we're turning the hip open, and this is going to make it into side angle. So the heel, the toes are at an angle, pointing slightly forward. We turn our chest for this one. So we're keeping the knee in line with toes, left side. Bring your belly button so that it's shining towards the right. You'll feel your left shoulder is now in line with this left knee. We'll soften. You can bend the elbow supported on the thigh. You can keep the hand resting. But we're trying to create this angle in our spine from the outside edge of that right foot all the way through to our crown. You can extend the right arm, press it towards the wall in front of you. Keep the chest open. Shoulder blades behind. Find your breath. Smooth, deep breaths. One more cycle of breath. Lots of space right side of body. We'll slowly rise, come upright, and we're going to transition to the other side. So we'll bring the right knee is going to be off the side of the chair, and the left leg is going to be dangling kind of off the front edge. Knee in line with toes. First, we're starting with the lunge. So we have to keep the hip forward. So notice your knee would be pointed towards the floor. The heel is in line with the toes. Create as much space as you can, pressing that back foot back. Root your feet. Feel that connection, feet to floor, chest forward. We add a layer of arms to this, extending them above you, holding the chair for safety, hands on hips. A few breaths. Feeling this shape. One more breath. Long spine. We'll transition this shape into warrior, or it's a side angle. Take the back foot now, we're angling the hip. Feel your hip is slightly opening. We're keeping the right knee bent in line with toes, and we shift our belly button forward or towards the left, you could say. So feel your right shoulder is in line with this right knee. We can take the elbow down to the thigh, extend the left arm straight up out from your shoulder. You can also soften that arm behind your back if that feels better to you. We breathe. Align your spine, shoulders behind, softness in the neck. And one more breath. We'll slowly rise and we'll shift our feet a little closer together. Bring your knees to the front space. Once your knees are resting forward over your ankles, you can place your hands at your sides, take your shoulders up, back, and down. And one more time, up, back, and down. That's all the shapes we're going to do today. Take a moment and notice how your body feels. Are there any last wiggles, movements, shifts, anything it needs to bring it into a place of balance? The last experience we have always in a yoga practice is Shavasana. Shavasana is this connecting of your breath and relaxation. So we need to be able to completely relax. Send the lower back to the back of the chair if you have a back on your chair. Relax your knees over ankles. Bring your shoulders back and down. You can soften your hands onto your lap, dangle them by your sides, you choose. But we take these last few moments together and we see if we can connect to our breathing and ask the body to relax. So eyes open or closed, but start to feel your body as it breathes. Notice the sensations of inhale and exhale. It's that exhale, release, relax, soften. We want to spread to our whole body, that sensation, release, let go of the holding. So take some cycles of breath, follow your cycle. Feel the inhale, how it adds that sensation of openness. The lungs receive breath. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders. In breath. When you find your next exhale, release your hips. Let them soften, melt into the chair. In breaths and exhale, relax the legs from hips all the way through knees to toes. And a few more breaths to relax and release any remaining places you hold tension or tightness. Three more cycles of breath. And we have arrived at the moment now where we begin that transition back into some gentle movement. So you and your body together can decide how that begins, how it progresses, but start to feel that energy of movement re-enter your body. So a few moments to wiggle, shift, step into some movement energy. Once you've moved and you feel a little more on the awake end of the spectrum, we take a few moments and just be with your body and notice. Bit of observation. What's present now? What are you feeling? And what did this practice of yoga bring to you today? Body, emotions, energy. If you don't pay attention, you miss it. I always interlace my fingers as the symbol of the interconnectedness of all things. And I wish for you to know that no matter where you are in the world, we're all connected. There's a space inside of us all that we share. That your beauty is what the world needs. Please stay connected to your authenticity. Don't conform. I wish for all the layers of you to be well. Please listen to your body. Give it what it needs. I wish for your energy to create. Take something from that inside space and put it out into the world. And I wish for your thoughts to marinate in kindness towards self, self-compassion. And the Sanskrit word, it wraps that all up and it means, may all be well with you. Namaste, my lovelies.